I've been on to the department about your half-day off. I'm having trouble getting a decision.
Trouble?
Well, we're short-staffed, Lizzie, and they're worried about security after the Judy Bryant affair.
Oh, I don't need an officer, Mrs. Davidson. You had trouble keeping me out of this place, remember?
Yes, but unfortunately, the department doesn't know you as well as I do.
Well, if the department won't let an old lady out to visit a family on her birthday, they're not worth spitting on.
Lizzie, they are not actually your family.
Well, they're the nearest thing to a family I got.
Yes, well, as I was going to say, I think we can manage it another way. We'll have a birthday party for you in here. I've spoken to Marcia, and she'd be happy to come.
Oh, don't worry, Mrs. Davidson. If that's how the department feels, you can forget about the birthday.
Your wife, Julie, when is she due back?
Next week, I'm afraid. But I promise you, it's nothing like this.
And what is this like?
I can go, if you wish.
I came up earlier.
Yes, Vera, I am a little late. I take it this is the matter you were referring to last night.
Yes, I thought a bit more about it. This is my report. It's to you, not the department. I wouldn't want to jeopardize this factory project.
But you've been against it all along.
Of course, I still am. But you're the governor and you've put time and effort into it. If you choose to do nothing, I'll understand.
Would you mind telling me what this is all about?
It's all in my report. I suppose what it boils down to is this. Andrew Reynolds has been exploiting our women for his own financial purposes. I'm afraid the man's a crook.
Erica, please, I'm on the way to financial ruin. Unless I can find a way out, I shall have to shut down the entire operation. And I don't have to tell you what that means in terms of my staff.
I am not a businesswoman, Andrew, so I will not pretend to know about those things. But what I do know is you are using the department. You are using what can only be regarded as your fabricated concern for rehabilitation. And you are using me.
Now, wait just a moment.
No, you wait, Andrew Reynolds, and listen very carefully. For the sake of the women involved, and for no other reason, I shall not be reporting these events to the department. However, I will not tolerate any further misuse of privileges, and I urge you to set this matter right. Do you understand? Set it right, now.
Thank you.
I'll have 3 packets of bags.
Just wait a minute, will you, Smith? Let me finish off Doreen's paperwork first, will you?
Hey, Sticky Beak, what's all this? Mind your own business.
No fags, eh?
Oh, there should be some in here somewhere, otherwise I'll have a bit of Jim Flip. There they are.
1 packet's not going to last you too long.
It'll do.
So you've decided to give your lungs a rest and rot your teeth instead, have you?
You can't rot plastic.
Come on, Lizzie, why all the sweets and stuff?
Mind your own business. What you got?
Mind your own business.
Oh, come on, love. Did you get your full quota?
No, why?
Can you get me some?
Like what?
Oh, some chocolate biscuits and some of these mints. Oh, go on. I'll pay you for them.
She's going round the bend. Excuse me, Mr. Fletcher, I didn't get my full quota and I thought I might pick up a few other things,
Well,
you know?
go back to the end of the queue. There are others waiting, you know.
Go on.
That'll do me, I think.
All right, sign there.
Captain Barton wants to see you. Oh, OK, Mr. Jackson. Keep an eye on that, will you? We're back in a minute. B. Smith to see you, Captain Barton.
Ah, come in, B. Sit down.
Would you like me
No,
to...
stay by all means.
Oh, I see. He wants a witness. What am I supposed to have done now?
Nothing, B. Nothing at all.
Oh, what's on then?
How long have you known Lizzie Birdsworth?
Oh, about 500 years.
Well, then you'll know that tomorrow's her birthday.
Hey, no, I didn't.
Well, it is. And I thought it might be nice if we had a little party for her.
What, all of us?
Yes.
Does Lizzie know about this?
Well, I haven't said anything.
No, nor have I. Well, why don't we keep it that way and make it a surprise party?
Oh, good idea. All right, look, I'll leave it to you to let the other women know. What do you think? Dinner time tomorrow?
Sounds ideal.
Sounds good to me.
And with the extra staff available, some of the work pressure has been lifted.
And what miracles have you been working, Mr. Fletcher?
Sorry?
Extra staff.
Well, no miracles, Mrs. Davidson. But now that the factory project is finished, we have two extra...
I see. You don't work miracles, but you obviously are clairvoyant.
I'm afraid I don't follow you.
I gave no indication that the factory project was off.
But you can't let it continue, especially after what's happened.
I have made my decision, Mr. Fletcher, and whilst I do not feel disposed to detail my actions to you, I will say this. I have spoken at length to Mr. Reynolds and have made my position quite clear.
You haven't mentioned this to the department.
No, I didn't think the incident important enough. I am doing this to protect what I believe is a very worthwhile program in rehabilitation. Something you would be well advised to observe if you wish to progress further in your vocation. And now, might I suggest you get on with reworking the roster?
Mr. Reynolds, the girls are worried about what's going on, and as shop steward, it's up to me to find out. It's got nothing to do with union elections.
But a victory over management would ensure your re-election, wouldn't it, Hazel?
Let's not get sidetracked, Mr. Reynolds. I'm here to get answers for my members.
Well, why discuss it out here? Why not go into the office?
Neutral ground.
I see. Well, frankly, we need this government contract, and we need the prison labor. It's the only thing keeping us solvent at the moment. All I can do is give you my assurance that there will be no layoffs, providing you and your members cooperate and leave the prison staff alone.
I want just a little bit more than your assurance, Mr. Reynolds. I want a written guarantee that there'll be no layoffs, that all work other than the government job is done by my members, even if it does mean going into overtime. And I want a regular staff member to police the prison labor to make sure that these conditions are met.
That's a very costly settlement you're proposing.
But even more costly if you reject it. So far, your record in industrial relations is very good. Never had a strike, have you? Well, that could change. You knock me back on this and I'll have everyone here out on strike in no time flat. And how long do you reckon you could last before you went to the wall? A month, a week, a couple of days, maybe?
Are you prepared to sacrifice all your jobs over this?
Question is, Mr. Reynolds, are you prepared to sacrifice your entire operation over this?
No.
Oh, go easy, Lizzie.
They're heavy duty, aren't they?
Yes, but not that heavy.
What's wrong with you? You've been banging and slamming around all morning.
Can't you get it out of here, Mrs. Jackson?
Dirty? Why
She blows a gasket, you're going to ruin everything.
You should probably demolish the laundry, too. Lizzie, I think you ought to go back to your cell and lie down.
Why? There's nothing wrong with me.
Well, I just don't think you look too well. Now, come on, back to your cell.
OK, everyone, over here. Just in case you haven't noticed, Lizzie's not her usual cheerful self today.
Well, you can say that again. What's wrong with her? Has somebody upset her?
We forgot her birthday.
Oh, jeez, when was it?
Hasn't happened yet.
Oh, well, we'll get it back and I'll...
Hang on. I don't want anyone to mention it right now.
What for? She's going to think nobody cares or anything.
That's just exactly what I wanted to think. Now, listen.
I hope you're feeling better soon.
There's nothing wrong with me.
Lizzie, if you're worried about Josie having the operation...
Oh, she'll be getting the best treatment there is, Mrs. Jackson. She'll be all right.
And at least I can forgive her and her mum for forgetting after all these years. Forgetting?
Oh, never mind, Mrs. Jackson. I'm just a silly old coot who thought she had one or two friends left in the world. I should be locked up in me cell and left to fade away.
Oh, Lizzie,
Yes, Mrs. Jackson?
I hope you're feeling better soon.
Then ask Officer Williams if she'd be prepared to take another day off in lieu. Stop. I'm sure she won't object, Mr. Fletcher, but if she does, you can refer her to me. Fine. It's amazing, isn't it? We're supposed to be living in an age of rife unemployment, and yet I can't get enough staff to function properly.
No, I don't suppose it's the sort of job you'd have people clamouring to take on.
No, I don't suppose so. Well, what can I do for you, Captain Barton?